Queens, New York, it's going to be a scorcher out there today. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the New York Mets.
And now,
first pitch coming your way next.
New York Mets.
So just about set now. And pitching in this game, Kodai Senga.
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts, Boog. He knows how to command the mound. His stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
At the plate for Pittsburgh, Tommy Pham. That catches the zone for a strike, and we're underway here this afternoon. That one fouled off. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next one misses. 1-2 the count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Misses outside. 2-2. Good eye in that spot.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Brian Reynolds here. And he chases that one below the zone.
0-1's the count.
The pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. 1 out, bases empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
0-2.
And ball 1.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the first.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at Citi Field, and pitching here today, Paul Skeens.
Big time arm power. One thing he struggles with, though, is repeating his delivery. And sometimes you have bigger pitchers trying to sync things up. Not as easy as a more compact pitcher. But if he can get command going, establish it early, and carry it through the ball game, he's going to pitch deep into this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. The other way and lines out to third.
Batting second.
Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Juan Soto now. That one misses. Ball one.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Ball, that's
Off the mark there. And that's ball two.
Hey.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
That's in there. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Almost got him.
Count.
Smoked on the ground a second. They get the out on Soto.
Batting third baseman, Mark Vientos.
2 down, bases empty. And now it's Mark Vientos. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It falls in, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Man at first. Here's some real power at the plate. Pete Alonso. And the first pitch misses for ball one. And another ball. Vientos, the runner at first with 2 gone. And there's a strike. Inside. And now 3 balls and a strike.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll do it. Mets strand 1. We played an inning. No score. Top of the second.
Leading off
Here's
for the
McCutchen.
Pirates, the designated hitter, Andrew McCutchen.
Senga back to work. That one's in there. Strike 1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Soto puts it away for the out. Here's Joey Bart
Batting
now.
5th, catcher, Joey Bart.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
High fly ball, right field. Soto gets under it. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Batting 6th, first baseman, Billy Cook.
Billy Cook will hit next. upstairs. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. He's got it, and that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
The wind and the pitch. Swing and a foul out of play. And he blows that one by him at 100.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Started after it. Appeal to third. And he went, says Dave Lawrence.
Well, he really filled up the strike zone in that at-bat until that final pitch. And as a hitter, you sense that they're coming after you, not dancing around the strike zone. They want to attack, and so you kind of get into swing mode, and you have to protect the plate. That's when you become really susceptible to something that makes you chase, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Here's Jesse Winker. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. That clips the corner. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Tyrone Taylor digs in now. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Two out, space is empty. And that one finds its way through. Taylor races for second. The throw in, and he's out.
Yes, you're
Cut
out.
down, and that ends the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the third inning. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah.
There's the strike up high. 0-1. Right through there, got it. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Now batting Key Brian Hayes.
0-1's the count.
Top of the third, no score. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
2 strikes.
Just misses with that one. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. That's in there. That's strike one. Kiner-Falefa, a former Gold Glove winner, 29 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Hawaii. 2 down, nobody on, and it's fouled away. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Two outs. Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. And 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Still no score. Back here in Queens as we go to the last of the third. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. That's in there, and that's strike one.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Strikes him out with 100. Made quick work of him right there, Siggy. I know that's the kind of at-bat maybe leaves a lot of fans wondering, what was he doing up there, right?
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, you take 2 straight strikes, then chase one way out of the zone. It's just not a good at-bat. It'll leave you shaking your head as a hitter, if not worse. But there's always going to be those trips to the plate where you're just lost up there, and that was one of them for sure.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco
And now it's Frankie Lindor. He's 0 for 1. That clips the zone, and it's 0-1.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Kiner-Falefa settles underneath it, and that ends the inning. Mets go down quickly, and we are still scoreless. And we're back.
Leading
Here's
off
Tommy Pham.
Right fielder, Tommy Pham.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
You know, these Pirates just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Brian Reynolds now at the plate. Caught looking his first time up. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. And that is ball one. And that one fouled off. Fourth inning underway, no score. Pitch in the dirt, and a count 2-1. Fought off foul. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Misses outside. Full count, 3-2. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Got him looking as the fastball runs back over the inside corner.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Here's O'Neal Cruz. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And that's outside. Next one in the dirt. Next offering is fouled back. Fouled off to the right. Goes down swinging. Kodai Senga picks up the strikeout. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. We're tied 0-0. Back here at Citi Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Juan Soto. Just missed.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Vientos at the plate now. That's ball 1. And another ball.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 3. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. And he's there with a double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
One out, runner at second. Here's Pete Alonso. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Vientos leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Tied him up inside with that one.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big time velo on the bump and big time pop at the plate.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
That misses. Going to count 1-2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Strike three. Good luck hitting the cover star.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and
Now
just
batting,
bunched him up
left
on the
fielder,
inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
Man at second. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Man on second, 2 down. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Bart collects, fires to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played 4, no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. At the plate, Andrew McCutchen. Senga back to work. Yeah, that's fouled off.
You know, these Pirates, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Ground ball right side, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a double. Their first hit in this one.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at-bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
This is Joey Bart. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Man at second. In the dirt.
No ball.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
And a good eye there. And a miss, and he's down on strikes with number 9 for him in this game. 9.
Billy Cook.
Up next for the Pirates, Billy Cook. And there's a ball.
Ball 1, no strike.
That's off the inside corner. Now 2-0.
And you got to wonder with first base open, 1 out. Is he going to get a pitch to hit?
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Ripped on the ground to second. McNeil gets it to first. 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at-bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's going to be Nick Gonzalez. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Outside low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
2 outs and a runner at third. And we're at the top of the 5th. And 1-2.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Strike 3. Got him with the sweeper.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the DH, Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
Swings and pulls it foul to the right side.
Well, these Mets, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Next pitch misses way outside.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. There's a strike.
0-1. Ball 1.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one not close. And the count now even up. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Francisco
So up
Alvarez.
next, Francisco Alvarez. Struck out swinging his first time. Gets the outside corner with that one.
0-1's the count.
That's inside. 1-1.
Looks like he was trying to get to the front door with that curveball. It's definitely a finesse pitch, but it backed up a little bit on him and stayed inside.
Check on the runner. Taylor back in on a dive. That gets by him. And it'll be first and third now after that miscue.
Back-to-back singles. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Flied to right his first time. Just missed.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog. Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
In there for a strike at 100 miles an hour, and it's 1-2. High fly ball out into left center field. Reynolds squeezes it. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, we finally have a score in this ball game. Sac fly, nice job of manufacturing a run, and that could end up being a big run at this rate.
Shortstop.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Cut on and missed at 101. It's 0-1. And a rope into center field, base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Here's Juan Soto. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Caleb Ferguson, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Majinski, the right-hander, loosening up as well. And a foul ball. And that's a little bit high.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
3-2.
In the dirt. To third. Tag. Got him. Bang, bang play, and the inning is over. So it's 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 5 innings complete. It's the Mets 1 and the Pirates nothing. Top 6. Here's the third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. That one missed.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner. Got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a gold glove, if not a platinum glove.
That's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
No outs, runner at first. Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Brings it in, and there's 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Pham swings through it for strike 1.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's a ball and a strike. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And his 11th strikeout in this one, really racking up the whips.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Brian Reynolds. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball one. Reynolds, an all-star a season ago, 30 years old now, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. 2 outs. Ripped on a line, and that is that. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Mets 1 and the Pirates nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now it's Juan Soto.
Right fielder, Juan Soto.
And ball 1 to the right fielder. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Bart hauls it in, and there's one away.
I got a fun fact for you, Boo. You know that home run
Third
apple out in center field isn't the old one from Shea Stadium. That's outside of Citi Field now at Mets Plaza. This one is more than 4 times as large as the old one.
Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Pitches in there. Strike 1. That one at triple digits.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside. Got him swinging. Two outs, base is empty. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That's in for a strike.
That curveball's been a big pitch for him today. He's been able to get ahead in the count with it. He's also been able to use it to put guys away.
Breaking ball misses down and away. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Swing and a miss. Schemes with the punch out. Down in order go the Mets. They lead it 1-0. Back here in Queens, top of inning number 7 at the plate for Pittsburgh, O'Neal Cruz. That clips the corner. Looking to get the tying run on base. And fouled off. That one lifted to left. Nimmo has it sized up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Here's Andrew McCutchen to hit. Gets under it and pops it up. McNeil makes the play, and that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, catcher Joey Bart.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Joey Bart. First pitch misses. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Outside low, and now 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Foul ball there. The 2-1. There's the strike. Got him swinging. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. They trail here 1-0. New arm out of the bullpen, Caleb Ferguson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Ferguson.
Well, one-run game, and stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
And first offering is fouled off. Right through there for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 1 away.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Winker in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
2-0.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And there's a foul ball. And that misses. 3-1. Strike on the inside corner.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
And that's too high, ball 4.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. He's 2 for 2. Ball 1 there. Pitch misses. Ball 2. Winker at first, 1 gone. On the ground, right side, and it's through for a hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Now batting, the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. 1 for 2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
One out. Runners at first and second. close, but called the ball. And 1-1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, one out. Just missed.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Jeff McNeil up next for the Mets. And that'll load the bases.
A real bad time for a walk. You're trailing in this ball game, trying to keep things close. They've been in a difficult spot, and things aren't getting any easier.
And next for the Mets, Jeff McNeil. Golden opportunity right here.
Boog, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded.
First pitch, and he just misses.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Snags it for the second out.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want to try to drive in at least one run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at bat than him.
And that is out of play. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. The shortstop takes the ball.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Just off the inside edge.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Two outs. And now 2-2. This one in the air, right field. Fan sizes this one up. Brings it in. And the inning is over. So they get out of the bases loaded jam without any damage, and that does it for the inning. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 1 and the Pirates nothing. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jose Butto.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off with
so digging in,
First
Billy
baseman,
Cook.
Billy Cook.
Just
Nope, that's
missed.
the ball.
Movement in the bullpen. Edwin Diaz,
no strike.
a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Minter, a left-hander, also throwing. Outside low, and the count is 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Swing and a miss and a slider. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And that one is lifted in the air. He's got it. One away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Gonzalez goes after that one for strike one.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Inside. And the count is 1-1. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. And now 2-1.
2-1.
And that drops in for a strike. Stays alive. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him looking. We didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Hayes in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That one fouled off. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Up and in. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
And that's way high. 3-2 now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And the tying run is on base.
When you go that deep into it at bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first. On the pinch run, Jared Triolo.
For the Pirates. Number
so
19.
2 down, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa getting ready to hit.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Outside with a breaking ball.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
Next offering upstairs.
2-0.
Just missed. Tommy Pham in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one finds the corner, and the count is 3-1. Triolo off of first with 2 away. Out front, pulls that one foul. Now it's 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Got him swinging for the K. That's the first fastball we've seen today. Made it look easy. Pirates lead one. They still trail 1-0.
Now pitching for
Back
Pittsburgh.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll
60,
into the bottom of the 8th. Dennis Santana.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his
Leading
former
off for
team.
the
And
Mets,
there's not a player in the
right
league
fielder,
that doesn't get a little
Juan
extra motivation
Soto.
when he plays against his old squad.
Soto in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
1-0.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Up the middle. Gets it to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, third baseman Mark Vientos.
Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. And he takes a strike. Action in the pen down there. Carmen Majinski loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Fastball is outside. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Up next for the Mets, first baseman
One down,
Pete
and now it's the
Alonso.
polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. There's the strike. One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
And now 1-2.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man at first, 1 away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Next offering is outside. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and
Now batting,
walked the hitter.
left
Man, you got to
fielder,
challenge the guy with the fastball.
Brandon Nimmo.
Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. Ground ball to the right
foul.
side, and it goes just foul. Fouled off left side. Next pitch is outside. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Breaking ball misses down and away. Runners at first and second with one gone. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next offering upstairs. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. But it's offline. And they take a 2-run lead.
Man, that was a pretty good battle at the plate. And I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Jesse Winker up now for the Mets. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Runners at first and second with one gone. They get one. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. They limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. Last chance coming up for the Pirates.
Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
And we're back.
Leading off
And here
with
is
Pittsburgh,
Tommy
right fielder
Pham.
Tommy Pham.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Diaz, in his 9th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a 2-seamer. Close, but called a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
In the air, center field. Taylor makes the grab, 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder Ryan Reynolds.
B-Ray coming to the plate now. 0 for 3 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Got him swinging. And the Pirates with only 1 out left.
Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Cruz in the box now. No balls and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. And a strike in there.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Diaz is just 1 strike away.
Oh, that's too high.
That's off the mark. And a count 1-2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Great pitchers duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game, and for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.